you're stuck in a hurricane, 'cause everything around you just keeps on turning. I can see you searching for an escape. The fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Don't worry, don't worry. You got the future on your mind. No hurry, no hurry. Let's take it one day at a time. Don't worry, don't worry. You got the future on your mind. No hurry, no hurry. Let's take it one day at a time. Don't worry, don't worry. You got the
It's Championship Saturday here at the Club Tournament of Champions, and it's the ladies that are taking center court now. We've got a tremendous final coming up here. The top seed, Lucy Kovalova, and Utah's favorite, C.Smith, will be battling for the title. Callie is going to have the whole crowd on her back, and boy did they need it in their semifinal as they were challenged by Jessie Irvin and Anna Bright, but the crowd and their expert play got them a victory in 3 games. On the other side, it's mom and daughter. Leigh and A.L.Waters are ready to battle. They looked great in the California run-up to this tournament. They beat Leigh Jansen and Catherine Parento in their semifinal in 2 games. They want this title. It's the Tournament of Champions. Who's going to be the champion? Who is going to be the queen of this court? All right, welcome back to Brigham City, Utah. Dave Fleming here, and it is the ladies on center court here at the PPA's Club Tournament of Champions. Dave Fleming here, and I am joined by one of the top ladies in the game, Leigh Jansen. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
So, let's set the stage here, folks. We've got Lucy Kovalova playing with C.Smith. The hometown crowd wants to get behind Callie. Callie just played in the mixed, did not go her way, Leah, but man, are they fired up. What can that do for these two?
Utah is probably one of the crazier places I've played, and having played Callie here, it's very difficult. They will search for anything to get into this match.
So you've got that going on, and then on the other side, we have A.L.Waters looking for what she called the triple-triple. She's got 2 triple crowns. She's going for a 3rd one. She's got her mom by her side. There you see Lucy Kovalova. Let's play pickleball. And as you mentioned, they're even going to just go crazy on missed returns here to support Callie.
Oh, yes. And the Waters, I think, have the wind behind them right now.
Yeah, so the wind has been swirling all week here. We've both played in this event. Obviously, congrats to you for a really, really great event, and we look forward to your insight here. So here's A.L.Waters starting on the right, serving to C.Smith.
Yep, and that's what they want. That's what you're going to look for them. They want Leigh to take the drive and Leigh to take the poach.
Such good split step and then explosion.
Second serve.
Again, if you're just joining us, championship Saturday, best 3 out of 5. So we could be here a while, and I know the fans would love a 5-game thriller. And Leigh.Waters crushing two-handed backhands.
And Callie and Lucy are starting with a straight-up look right now. Usually they start stacked, and it looks like they're going to go with the switch right here.
And that's that hand, open hand you saw that C.Smith gave that signal there. Great job by the crew of catching that. So, you know, Lucy has traditionally played on the right side throughout her career, played it as well as anyone in pickleball history. They've got to find the answer here. So that drive goes a bit deep. You'll see the 2 triangles, or in this case, 1 triangle on the scoreboard. Each member of your team gets to serve. So that will indicate where we're at. We had a little egg hunt back in the corner. We've located the ball, put it in our basket. We're ready to play. Here comes C.Smith. There's a good look at her. Callie and Lucy grinded through a win against Jessie Irvin and Anna Bright.
They had to dig deep on that one.
Under the lights last night, down in Game 3. We had Friday Night Lights. It was a lot of fun, and they won a very spirited match, which had this place going absolutely bananas.
So playing at altitude, the ball is going to fly, as a lot know, because of the air's thin. So the waters are really taking advantage of this. You're not going to see a lot of dinking. I think it's going to be 1-2 fire. Yep.
And we love fire, so we're all for it. Yeah, so came here from a couple of events out in California, almost at sea level, and then you've got to adjust here to the altitude. It's been hot, it's been windy, so you really have to show your ability to adjust. And these ladies have done it well enough to play in the final. Now, Leigh, I hate to bring up a loss of yours, but last night you and Catherine Parento did lose to the Waters. What would you tell Smith and Kovalova that maybe you picked on yesterday to try and find a way to take these 2 down?
It's very tough, but a lot of, I feel like the points that they got on us is, I just feel like it's so hard to get up to the kitchen line on the Waters and control the game. So they can take a lot of control of the game. So as daunting as it may sound, you're going to have to fend off Anna-Leigh's drive and really switch around the drives, because Anna-Leigh's poach is just really good, and Leigh gets in a very big rhythm. So you have to have the ability to insert her, but not too much so she can overtake the match.
And there you heard your first screaming come on from C.Smith. So Lucy Kovalova to serve, down 2 early. Again, best of 5. And you know they're going to feed the ball to Leigh.Waters. You've got the best player in the world to her right, happens to be her daughter. And, you know, her level has been so good lately that they're like, bring it on. Leigh's like, bring it on. I'm freaking good, man. Bring it on.
Yeah, Leigh, especially as she starts seeing more and more balls, gets into the rhythm of the match. So, again, they got to be careful of just feeding it to her too much. Ooh.
Because look at what happens if you do. Step around forehand rope, and then she has the backhand ready. If that would have come back on the forehand side, she wouldn't have had the paddle there. So, you know, you just sort of lodge that. All right, she got me on that one.
Yeah, and a lot of this match, in my opinion, is going to be on Lucy and Callie's ability to fend off the drive. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. A big come on, too.
Such a beautiful, we love to talk about placement over power, and if you've got them on the run, just put it where they're not. Well done, Callie Smith.
And this is where I think, in my opinion, now that Lucy's comfortable on the left, switching against the Waters is very dangerous. As we saw right there, it's a decent volley, but the onslaught's coming.
Yep. And switching is unwinding the stack, so here they'll just send Kovalova straight ahead. And that stays in, right on the baseline, and then they get such a fortuitous lob, and then you've got an absolute sitter for Leigh-Waters, and she plows that into the net. So can they build off of that opportunity?
3-6-1.
And that's what I think Callie has to do. You got to go first on them, and as you know, Callie brings the offense more than anybody. So when she gets those dead dinks that sit up to her forehand, I think she has to take those opportunities.
We talked about this a little bit in the mixed match. They get a little momentum coming back, and then a missed third or a missed serve. Got to keep that level high when you're playing a team that is firing on all cylinders like the Waters are. And Mama shows her daughter, this is how you hit an overhead, right like this. That is plastered by the former South Carolina Gamecock tennis star, Leigh-Waters.
Well, that's what they want.
Boy, did they ever, because Kovalova hit a very timid first volley there, and that was sitting there like a meaty fillet, just ready to be munched. Hit too hard by Leigh-Waters.
Okay, I mean, that's a big side out right there.
Because the crowd is packed around this court, just urging them on.
Wow. Leigh did a great job of fending off Lucy's first counter right there to keep that point alive, because Lucy really clocked that.
And talk about fending off. Leigh-Waters, impressive, just getting hammered. Blocks it back, and then she turns defense into offense and forces a mistake. That's an impressive point from Leigh-Waters right there.
Now they're going to move Leigh to the left. This is the Waters' ability, since they are related. Switching too much can sometimes cause confusion within teams, but for them, they do it great. And here's a good timeout.
They do indeed. So after another miss, so just a couple of loose errors on the side of Smith and Kovalova, you look at the scoreboard, guess what? That's the impact. So Waters up early here in game number 1.
I think it's 120 milligrams. Let me check on that really quick.
It's 125.
Oh, it's 125 milligrams.
UPS or FedEx for this one?
FedEx, they deliver on Saturday. It's 3 minutes on high. It's pound, then the number. Orange evokes energy and vitality. Black shows softness.
How does he know all this stuff?
Strength.
That's always right.
Yellow shows unknowns, things that are unclear. We need to...
All right, we are back. Fans plastered around. What a beautiful setting. Dave Fleming, Leigh, Jansen playing down in the valley here. Mountains all around us. We talked about the altitude affects play. What would you tell Lucy and Callie? They're down early.
Right now, they're going against the wind. So this is their opportunity to kind of swing for the fences. You can't let the Waters take it to you. I think they're really going to have to find a way to attack Leigh.
Point.
And just a little too much there. So the Waters stay hot coming out, and
they're going to keep Anna Leigh on the left.
Yes.
See, that's the trouble. And when you return to Anna Leigh, she's the best singles player in the world, and so she has the deadliest drive. But then that's the other option.
I mean,
so
you're staring at, wait, but option 2 was supposed to be better, and it wasn't. And what is happening? We're at game point just like that. What a get by Leigh Waters there. And that goes just long. And Leigh Waters is like, daughter, how? After what I just did you not clean your room? Come on now. So, second chance to take game number 1. Just stays in. That's one sometimes Anna Leigh will come get. She did not there. So 2 game points stopped. We talked about this as a game of runs. You get that ball back, maybe you can keep it. You can certainly get some momentum in for a second game, but you'd sure like to put a little pressure on them because they're swinging away. That time Waters off balance.
Wind got the ball there. You can kind of feel it picking up a little bit.
5-10-1. Second serve.
And
that's a ball Smith has an opportunity, but you got to make it.
Yeah. And I think it's good that she's going to take it now that because she missed it, she just can't let herself get tentative.
Right. And as you can see, the flag over her shoulder up above on this shot. This is the side to be going aggressive. And there's a nice ball from Kovalova. So Wichita's favorite. Cheering, I'm sure, back in Wichita for her. Callie's got them right here packed around the court. And the Waters from South Florida have fans there, as all these ladies do, as does the woman to my right, signing autographs right before we went on the air. Love the fans' involvement in this sport. Perfect roll from Waters, because that is a really tough shot to keep in the court with the wind at her back.
And I think that was good. Lucy kind of did a heat check there.
Third chance to take game 1 for the Waters. Okay.
Oh, there we go. That's the way to put the drive away, though.
Yeah, get that out of here. Just get that the heck out of here, says Callie Smith.
10-6-2.
Fourth try. Okay, and get a ball hit hard on the run. So, okay, there's 4 gone away. Got to put pressure on them, though, on your serve. Just tremendous defending by the Waters. They were behind the whole point, but made them hit another ball and another ball.
I think that's great by Lucy and Callie, though. You can tell they just shrugged it off. Good partner support and laugh it off. Next one.
There's what you've been exuding them to do. Take the fight to them. Don't wait for them to pull the trigger, especially on serve.
Bullies don't like getting bullied. You know, that's what I like to say. The Waters aren't shy to take it to you, so it's interesting to see if you can change the game on them. It's hard, but you have to. There you go.
Okay. And the Paddle Tech paddles are down, and that means timeout. So, 4 game points saved. Little run going, crowd getting all behind this. We'll be right back to see if they can keep it going.
We need to dive into the yellow more.
Not today. Break's over. You dropped something.
That's a wicked backhand.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming with Leigh Jansen. She herself played on championship Saturday against young AL.Waters, who played well, but great run by Leigh Jansen here. So congrats on your great tournament. So now look who's getting pushed a little bit. We talked about those who are comfortable. Well, now it's a little uncomfortable because 4 game points have been saved, and here comes C.Smith, you see right there, serving down just 2. And a nice little attack in the middle. You even saw C.Smith flinch. She thought it was coming her way. That's the disguise, yes.
Off speed has been working.
Try number 5. And you knew a big swing was coming, but the ball was deep and didn't have pace on it, so you had to generate all your own. Try 6. And AL.Waters on the run, and this is where her singles comes into play because she's used to hitting specific targets on the run.
Literally a single shot right there.
I mean, beautifully done. So it is the Waters who take game number 1. Lee's looking for that triple crown. She's 1 step closer. We'll be right back.
Brady?
Yeah, he comes in to recharge, get software updates, you know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
On your 6, ladies.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours.
What's your secret? Oh, it's no secret. It's the expert help I got at Foot Solutions.
Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
Are you looking for content? Are you looking to up your game by watching some of the best content in the game? Make sure to go over to the McGuffin Pickleball Club YouTube channel. You can check out educational videos. You can check out my vlogs with my family, or you can check out the McGuffin Show. Subscribe today to the McGuffin Pickleball Club.
All right, welcome back. Dave Fleming with Leigh Jansen, and the Waters ran way out. Had multiple game points, but weren't able to finish until several had been saved. That got momentum going for C.Smith and Lucy Kovalova, but they didn't finish it. They didn't finish the comeback. So can they find the magic here as we look at game 2? Leigh, we've talked about can they fire first. Anything else you would tell Lucy and Callie here?
No, I mean, I think they know themselves. They're great supportive partners. I think they know, like, they just had a slow start, and now they're kind of getting into the flow of the match.
And there's just another flying play by AL.Waters.
This is what I would not recommend, though. I think against the Waters, you have to stay. There you go.
Especially on the first point, like you're just begging them to go crack it there. Like everyone in the whole place, if they're following pickleball, knows you're unwinding, the ball's going to get hammered where you're coming. And nice matrix move there by Leigh.Waters as that ball was coming hot and high. We haven't seen the Kovalova come-ons and the arm in the air, where they just haven't gotten that momentum. And kudos to the Waters for, oh man, just complete bumper cars there, but they got away with it. And why not have a net courts? Get Lucy Kovalova going.
And gets the Utah crowd going too.
Yeah, Lucy may be from Slovakia, but she is a celebrated Utah resident right now.
Yes, indeed.
And there it is again, like just feed, you feel it, and then a third drive gets in the net, and you don't even give the crowd a chance to really keep picking you up.
One thing about the Waters that I was thinking of playing last night and that I'm going to go stat is I want to know how many thirds they make, because it's easy to say drive, 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 but then I miss 2 drives, so I have to start dropping just to make my thirds. It's impressive the amount of drives they can make.
Okay, you
big out call.
Yeah. So Leigh will send an apology. That's the announcer's curse. Welcome to the booth, Leigh.
Exactly.
We never miss a ball over here, though. We are perfect here, as we will not swing a paddle from here.
It is also really funny because I can thoroughly say I do my homework, and then each time I go back and watch my match and I go, you knew that. And it's just so funny how when you get under duress and the nerves and the adrenaline, how you forget things.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point for players at all levels to remember. Like, if there's a strategy and it's working, get your ego the heck out of there and just keep doing it. Because some of the time people are like, yeah, but I've been working on my drive. Yeah, but every drop they're leaving up and your partner's killing it. It's a good return right there. Oh, and Leah's directing traffic there. Mom, get over here. Man, what a job of fending off a ball that was jammed up just under her chin and able to get it down.
That's a good play, though. You got to take some chances. There we go.
Big swings from C.Smith. Net was in their favor there.
1-2-1.
1-2-1. Game 2 of a best of 5. They will take every last freebie that is available.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, sorry, not sorry from C.Smith there. So we get a ball that Leigh makes 99 out of 100 is missed, and then a ball rolls off the net, and suddenly you got a lead. And that gets, you know, we haven't heard, Anna Leigh used to be a much more vocal player. Now she'll only use it in spurts. You used to hear her screaming, come on, all the time. So I think she's sort of learned her spots even for her self-cheering. And that sails deep. So, okay, 4-2, still serving.
It's a good run right here. And they're doing it with Lucy on the left.
That's going to stay in.
Nice.
Kovalova took one step to the middle to cover, and nice finish there. So
that's a good run.
Little pressure put on.
2-4-1.
I think they're calling a switch. No.
Okay. Kovalova yelling way out on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So this team gets all sort of geared up when it's going well.
It is in the game plan.
And then just again, it's like this crowd you heard them groan there. That's the last thing we want to see. We want to see you excel. That's an unbelievable dig from Leigh-Waters, because that ball was tattooed.
Yeah, that was fed to Lucy's backhand. And Callie's on that. They just had a little bit of the wind behind them.
Good look at Leigh-Waters serving there. And you know, on your fourth, if you leave it there, they don't care that it's maybe 4 feet behind the kitchen line. They're going to clobber it. You saw Smith and Kovalova concede the kitchen right away. That's how good your fourths need to be, and now a fourth drive is missed.
And I think this is where, at four, I would have called a timeout, and I was hoping they would call one here, because the Waters want to play quick, and they can run with the score better than anyone.
Yeah, they've
there you go.
got the ability to score in bunches, but Callie Smith says, I see your timeout on my paddle, Leigh Jansen, right here.
There we go.
Great job fending off a ball that looked a lot like the winning shot from game number 1. So the lead is 2. Okay, and the way outs are coming. So now they're going to start. Their chatter is part of, as you mentioned,
it's part of the game plan. But as we've talked about, the stakes are rising higher and higher.
For sure.
There you see, that's another kind of gimme right there, and she hesitated on it.
Yeah, the wind maybe brought it into her body a little too much there. The wind, not huge, but definitely at the back of Kovalova and Smith.
And there's switch.
Great hands by Callie Smith there. Keep this point going. And they get another mistake, and these Paddle Tech paddles are going to hit the ground.
Yep.
So, looked like a timeout was needed from Smith and Kovalova. Smith makes a huge play on an Anna Leigh drive, and then suddenly timeouts are being called on the other side. So guess what? Smith and Kovalova have the lead here in game number 2.
Johns?
What do we got, Prento?
Another one.
Shame. 3rd one this week. Any suspects?
Not yet. We'll send these to the lab.
All right. Let's take a look.
What do you think?
Bring me the jigsaw.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming with Leigh Jansen, and this has had the chance to change a little bit. We've gone ahead with the Waters. Now they're behind. The crowd is now re-engaged. This is where they haven't seized that opportunity. They've missed thirds or a serve. Can Kovalova and Smith now ride the wave? We'll find out here. And unfortunately, it is the exact same pattern. They got a second chance here, but man, this place was ready to go bananas for them.
Oh, wow. That's a great shot, because she just missed those last couple where they're hanging those fourths or those thirds, and she missed her fourth. So that's pretty clutch right there.
Yeah, that was a tentative third after the one before it was missed, though. So Leigh-Waters gets it, but they are down 1, and now, man alive, this has been the formula here, and it's so hard to win when you're playing such a quality opponent.
I do think the Waters earn a little bit of credit, and I can say this, I've competed against them so much. They put so much pressure on you that you even feel it on the easy shots, and that's just kind of good for people at home to remember. Like, if you really, oh, there we go. If you really pressure your opponents all the time, they start thinking of it, and they give you easy airs.
And I love to talk about pedicures. That's one right on the foot. So beautiful drive there. Okay, the lead is just 1. Look at Leigh.Waters track that down, but then it sails deep, so unbelievable get on the first one. Great communication between Smith and Kovalova. There were a couple balls in the middle that they were ahead in the point. Let's make sure the right person hits it. Okay, 7-8. Will we get the teeter-totter to change who's got the lead after this possession? Oh my.
That she came in so hot right there. Oh, her face afterwards was of pure disgust. But there you go. I think this is the greatest thing about Kovalova and Smith. I think they do a great job of
So there's what pressure does. It's a huge swing, but Callie Smith couldn't even get there. But she makes you take a wider angle, and even though she didn't even touch the ball, she created a miss and then a missed serve. It is this pattern is going to cost them a chance to get a title if they don't get it fixed quickly.
For sure. Callie's been doing a really good job of getting in there on the poach. I would start putting the thirds on her.
Yep.
Wow.
And a perfect little roll into the wind from Leigh.Waters there. Sometimes it's blunt force trauma, and sometimes it's just using that left hand on the two-handed backhand that really lets her put that spin on it.
Almost.
That was almost an incredible recovery from Leigh.Waters after it bounces off the net.
9-8-2.
Huge game, too. 9-8-2.
And that's what you need right there.
And a missed third. Leigh looks back up at the wind and can't believe it. It is in her face, so Kovalova serving. Oh, what a try by Callie Smith, but just can't get there. The merit's a topspin.
Exactly. And for Callie not to get there, she's one of the quickest on tour.
I mean, those feet are never stopped. Second chance to tie it. Much better third. And that pushed Leigh.Waters off the line, and it is 99 in game number 2.
I think that if Leigh's on the right side, whoever is on the right for Lucy or Callie really has to isolate it there. She's getting more used to it, but that still is a very vulnerable pattern, if there is one.
Kovalova tracks that one down.
Wow.
What a get from Callie Smith on the next one. So the net was not kind to its local favorite, Callie Smith. So 9-9. This just seems huge. To go up 2-0 for the Waters would be massive. So can they scrap it back and get another chance to serve?
Oh man, what a get.
Great get by Kovalova again. And that time,
not 3 in a row.
Wow, to be able to shovel that over, literally opened her paddle up to the sky. That was the only way, and then come over the slowest part of the net. Question about whether they want to take it. All right,
no, they're going to trust their guns.
Leigh was going to call it, and Mom said, no dessert for you. Here we go. Smith. And the fists are being shown to the Waters here.
Man, not just the fists. I feel like there were veins.
I mean, there were lasers coming out of the eyes there. They were staring it down. Okay. 9-9 on a 1.
9-9-1.
And this whole
crowd
place is going to go bananas if they can win this point. I can't tell you how difficult with a two-handed backhand it is for AL.Waters to have gotten that ball off the tape. One of the best shots she's hit all day. That's how hard that was. Second chance to get to 10. And Kovalova sitting backhand was ready for the fire that time. She doused the Waters fire with her own, and they will have a game point. It is the Waters who called timeout. Folks, this is what the crowd wanted. They're getting it. Will they be able to finish? We'll find out after this.
Ben, you've got to give it up. You're stepping out of bounds.
I'm so close, Parentel. This goes all the way to the top. I'm talking refs, commentators, food vendors.
But how can you prove this?
It's so simple.
Bring me the jigsaw.
Folks, we are back. It was Dance Party USA in here during the timeout. The Utah crowd is ready to go. Can Kovalova and Smith pull off the last point of the comeback? Here we go. And a really safe third that was just sort of willed in, was not what they needed there. It's better than missing it, but not hit with confidence. So down 1, game point saved. Here come the Waters. And Callie Smith just swinging for the fences. Look at that. And then rips that winner. And somebody might say, hey, I saw her push off on the kitchen line, reestablish that left foot. So perfectly legal on that point. Oh, no. And seeing if she'll try and attack it with the one hand and roll it into the net. So 10 apiece, but then AL.Waters she seems a little, she's so comfortable earlier, a little frustrated with where the wind's at. Where does it need to be? 10 apiece.
Same serve. 10-10-2.
Big rip, goes deep. Yeah, that ball's well out, and Leigh is engaged in the, shall we say, conversation that's going on here. And Leigh Waters fires down, and look at what we have here. Now it is the Waters with a game point. So, my goodness, this is pickleball at its finest. The ladies have brought their A game, they brought their vocabulary, and they've brought everything else. What a match. What a game number 2. We'll be right back with the conclusion.
already told you. Matt Wright is my lawyer.
Well, Matt Wright isn't here, is he?
I've got nothing to say to you.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Bring me the jigsaw.
All right, we are back, and the Waters have crept ahead. They saved a game point down on a very tentative third hit from the other side where they got way ahead in the point right away. Utah jumping, Utah dancing. They want them. They want C.Smith to get this ball back, but will the Waters allow that to happen? Here we go.
Wow.
And they will not. So they chose to unwind the stack, and you knew a drive was coming, and they got ahead and got the ball down at their feet. So the Waters overcome the stares, the fists, the crowd, the dancing, and they take game number 2. We'll see what happens in game 3 right after this.
Ready yet? Not yet, buddy.
Dave Fleming here with Leigh Jansen, and my goodness, Leigh, that is what a game of this level on Championship Saturday needs to look like. And my goodness, the toss, the turn. Can Kovalova and Smith find that energy that got them just to the edge of winning game number 2?
Okay, there. Leigh's missed a few of those, but she doesn't really seem too worried about that one.
She's smiling about that one. Now, on this side, that's going to be pulled back even closer to the net. So the ones before kind of jammed them up because they went just a little farther than she thought.
Wow. Yep, and the off-speed, we've seen the off-speed kind of work for them on their attacks much more than power.
0-1-1.
Catching them swinging big.
Point.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of talk about.
Just can't happen.
1-1-1.
What a get by A.L.Waters. Just a tremendous point by the Waters.
Nice.
2-1-1.
That's big pace from Callie Smith right there.
2-1-2.
Nope.
Just a little bit off the net. It was hard to even see it, and then that's the perfect net ball if you're the one that hit it, because it's way in and there's no chance to get that.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful job of Leigh-Waters closing down the middle. If she's going to play the left, she has to do it. She did it perfectly there.
Yeah, the Waters combo, which is 1-2 attack and get ready for the response better than anybody. But I think they've kind of found their formula. They're going off speed, catching Lucy and Callie kind of swinging big and able to get a few misses or lack of power on their counters.
The floor is lava.
Okay.
Let's go.
The hand speed by Leigh-Waters right there. Look at this. She just fended those off. And I would think you need a timeout. And kind of like what we talked about in game one, the Waters are wasting no time. Lucy and Callie have to take it to them. Nice.
So they get it back, but my goodness, the Waters have raised their level here in game 3 and are coming out firing. There's a beautiful ball down the middle. So if you leave it in bad places and you're not all the way to the kitchen, there are a very few small places to put the ball when you string and swing from that spot, but it is dangerous to go there. They got to keep trying because they get Anna Leigh pushed back. See if they get that middle, and another ball kisses the net, and Callie Smith can't believe it. So down 3. Haven't been able to swing a bunch together except for late in game 2 when they got to a game point.
Yeah, they're just going. I really think at this point you kind of have to make it a little tougher for them to get up to the kitchen line and get established.
Yeah, if you came for a dink point, you have come to the wrong match, ladies and gentlemen. This is fire all day long. Oh, okay. Anna Leigh's not going to like that. Got tagged on the inside out forehand and a big come on from Callie Smith. There's Kovalova and Smith. Great move, and again, you have to pick your poison. Do you want the Anna Leigh drive, or do you want Anna Leigh patrolling the shake and bake as it is Leigh driving it? Better first volley there.
It's a good first volley. I do have to say the maturity of Anna Leigh at 15 years old. If someone came at me like that at 15 years old, I might have lost my mind. And her mental toughness this year is really improved. Not improved, but it just really shows why she's one of the best.
Yeah. You know, just athletic talent alone will not get it done out here. Everybody's too good. You got to have the focus, you got to have the patience, and you got to have the mental willpower to deal with whatever's thrown your way. You saw her looking back at the wind. She threw that away, made a bunch of shots to get herself a win in game 2. Got tagged, didn't even pay it another notice, and kept playing. Awkward, but impressive from Leigh-Waters there. And now it is Kovalova that gets tagged because they're just relentless.
Yeah, they're going to keep going. And the Utah crowd is really looking to get into it. I mean, they were getting really loud at the end of game 2.
And there's another one of those floating bait ball thirds. And the timeout is necessary because guess what, folks? We are 3 points from a triple crown for Anna Leigh-Waters, and they have come out smoking here in game number 3.
Look, if we don't figure out this gravity situation, all of those astronauts are gonna die.
And the proof of alien life will be gone forever.
But we've tried everything.
We haven't tried everything. Bring me the jigsaw.
Attention. We are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming with Leigh Jansen, and the Waters have crept to within 3 points of a title, just bringing the heat. Just catches the back edge of the line on the return. And they may be challenging their own call here.
We have a video challenge on the call back here.
All right, looks like we're going to see our first video challenge.
First video challenge of the day. The Waters are saying the return, it looked really close. So we've got Drew DeHennis has been our head referee. Kristen Diball is the second. The tracking referee is Bill Reitz. And Ed Nelson is our video referee who will be checking this out. So we'll see. It was really close coming off the paddle when they went to hit it. You have to have a timeout to challenge, which they do have. So while we look at this, Leia, they've got to, regardless of how this turns out, they've got to get going now. What would you be telling them? Because this is sort of a free timeout.
Yes, I mean that's the thing. I'm wondering what Lucy's having a long discussion with the ref for. But right now, I think I don't know about you, but I haven't really seen too many attacks. And like I said, they're going against the wind. Anna Leigh and Leigh are also really kind of just stepping in and taking their drives. I know one time Lucy, it was kind of awkward, but she kind of lobbed it up. They're going against the wind. Yep. If you give it some air, maybe you can get an accidental short, but you got to look on, okay, it looks like they're having a really long discussion at this net.
So I think the question is a couple more shots had been played in that rally, and then suddenly we're challenging a ball, maybe 2 back.
I gotcha.
This is my memory of what was taking place there. Now, they may have said, no, you can still challenge this, and that may be happening. But that's what my eyes saw. We'll see what the referees, they may have went and decided to go ahead, and I think they may still be challenging this. So we'll see. I know there's a lot of debate about what took place here. So
it was not a rally-ending action, so there's no video challenge allowed.
Yeah, so it's exactly what I said is
a little bit out.
No, they said there was continuous action, and then we went back to challenge a ball a couple shots ago. So that is not allowed, so there is no video challenge. So
false alarm.
This is what a 10-point looks like. It's a miracle.
I don't think this favors them, though. I think Lucy's got to run around her backhand and take it, because that's what's going to happen. As you saw, like the point just extended for a long period of time, and Lucy actually has a very good run around, and they're just going to have to do it. I mean, I say this as I didn't pull the trigger on them last night, but I think this might actually be something we have to implement.
Okay. So they get the rollover in their favor, but the deficit is significant. So can Kovalova and Smith get on a run? Kovalova's trying to
have some fun here.
I mean, if you tuned in and just saw those smiles, you would go, they must be in great shape here, but they are not. And there's another tough ball in transition. So second serve, down 7.
2-9-2.
Callie Smith desperate to give her fans something to cheer about.
Wow. Yeah, that's not what you're looking for, a missed transition ball and then the kind of a high third and an easy put away.
And the Waters just cranking on all cylinders, up 9-2. They've been switching sides when they needed to. Okay. There's an oh yeah.
Yeah, if you can get her on her back foot and then get a decent drive volley at Leigh, that's what you need. But you got to hit a good return.
That's the formula. Oh my!
Oh.
That just ridiculous two-hander dink roll from Anna Leigh gets extra spin by kissing off the net, and we are at match point for the Waters. Triple crown point for Anna Leigh. And Leigh Waters tries to deliver a perfect gift for her daughter. Had a chance, had the whole backside open, didn't even have to hit it hard.
Tries to go backside and keep it instead of keeping it in front. Let's see if they can do some damage here. I mean, they can make some comeback, but yeah. And see, this was working when they were kind of
when they got to a game point in game 2.
She was swinging in the transition zone. I just think she's really moving, like bulldozing through, and she doesn't time it right, then it's going to sail. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And they're going to take anything. Utah crowd will not give up.
No. And 3, you know, you can only win 1 point at a time here, so just that's the way you have to look at it. Okay. They want to get in their heads with the way outs and all of that, so that's going to keep coming, but they're way behind right now. 4-10. That's just a brilliant ball right there. So,
good get by Kovalova. Almost had that.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
So match point number 2. Triple crown point number 2. And
timeout, servers.
And the Waters choose to just slow this down. I like it. Call timeout, figure out what do we want to do, where do we want to throw a third, do we want to run a shake and bake? This is the one time you can actually call a play in pickleball. We'll see what they choose when we come back.
No way she gets this.
Let's go! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My turn.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We come back, and we are sitting at match point, and I wondered if the Waters were going to run this play. So you're like, you cannot hit this return out of the air, and Leigh Waters has to let it go. And they would have loved to finish. They pull that play out, you know, once a tournament, maybe once every 2 tournaments. That was a tremendous return. Obviously, the second ball has to bounce, so that's for looks. Another opportunity to win it. And they do not.
And remember, in the first game, I think this is why they called the offensive timeout. They kind of let a big lead go in the first game. They could have closed them out. So let's see.
So
Lucy's still smiling.
Here we go. Beautiful ball by Kovalova to keep them in it.
Oh,
but
I like
there's that reaching backhand one-handed flick that it's not going their way so far today. And now a miss serve. So just in a matter of seconds, the match is back on the paddles of the Waters. Goes with a lob serve. And that sails deep, and the Waters win the women's doubles championship. And Leigh-Waters is your Triple Crown winner. She takes the singles, sorry, Leah, and she takes the mixed doubles with B.Johns, and she takes the women's with her mom. So it is Triple Crown time for Leigh-Waters. I will talk to the winners when we come back. Congrats to Leigh and Leigh-Waters.
New People Pickleball.
Each shot has its own strategy. Each player, their own style. Whether you dink it, drive it, lob it, drop it, bang it, or spin it is entirely up to you. But we do keep score. We recognize the winners. Podiums are earned. If you want an edge, you best work for it. Electrum, earn your edge.
All right, Dave Fleming here, back on center court. And first, Utah, give it up for C.Smith and Lucy Kovalova, who had a tremendous tournament. But now it's time to talk about water here in Utah. I'd usually start with Mom, but when you're wearing 3 gold medals and you're a Triple Crown winner, I'm going to start with you, Leigh-Waters. Folks, Leigh-Waters did not lose a single game in any of her brackets this weekend. How in the world did you do that?
I honestly tried not to think about it while I was playing. I was just like, play your best, and until about 5 minutes ago, I actually didn't know that. So, but it's really awesome. It's kind of like a golden tournament, but I'm super excited.
Unbelievable. Now, Leigh, this was a battle. You knew with C.Smith in the house that as much as Utah was cheering for you guys last night, Callie wasn't on the other side. So second game, you had to save a game point. What was going through your mind to be able to keep that under control and pull out game number 2?
Yeah, I went in a little sinking spell in that second game, and Leigh just said, we got to get back to being aggressive. We're not being aggressive, so we just went back to our roots, and it paid off. But I just want to say, this Utah crowd, I know we weren't the favorites today, but you guys enjoy good pickleball, and we just appreciate you and all the cheering you did. So thank you. We hope we have a few fans in Utah.
There's no doubt you have a few fans. So, Anna-Leigh, tell us about what it's like to show up today with a wish of wearing 3 medals and then being able to pull that off. What did you do last night? What did you learn from this experience? What's inside that head of yours?
Well, I've been in this situation before. Sometimes I've gotten the Triple Crown, sometimes I haven't. So I knew what was coming ahead, but I was just really proud of myself this morning for getting to all 3. And then when I got out here, I was just saying, like, take one match at a time. And I have really great partners. I have my mom and Ben to help keep me on the rails. But yeah, just super fun this tournament. So you take the Triple Crown. Let's get you a trophy. So let me welcome our sponsor, Club, and our tournament and PPA CEO, Connor Pardo. Connor, give him.
Thanks, Dave. On behalf of our title sponsor club, the PPA Tour, and Brigham City, we present you here with the trophy for winning the Tournament of Champions. Let's give it up for him, everybody. You guys, that's some of the best pickleball I've seen. We had a great crowd engaged the entire time. This is also a special tournament here in Brigham City. It's one of the first ever prize money tournaments in all of pickleball. One of the fun traditions they have here is they do have a ring here. And this ring goes to the high point winner for both the women and the men. And so the women's ring is going to be awarded to AL.Waters. Dave?
So all the hardware's going to South Florida. Folks, AL.Waters and Leigh Waters. Now, Leigh, your day's not over because Leigh's going to join me in the booth for the men's match. But give it up one more time for AL.Leigh and Leigh Waters.
Let's hear it for
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Dropping a lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to ShadyRays.com now and use code TV20.
It's a gas card. You can always use gas.
Always.
Wait, but you have a...
Thank you.
Hey, do we need gas?
Nope.
How about now?
Still no.
Hey, remember Daddy's birthday's tomorrow.
A gas card. I could use this.
Hey, Evolve your journey beyond the pump in the first ever Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
I host a show in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Championship Saturday here at the Club Tournament of Champions, presented by Selkirk. We've had some incredible matches all weekend long, and now it's down to the best of the best. Who will take home the gold medal matches, ladies and gentlemen? It's the best pickleball in the world right here on the PPA Tour.
It's time for men's doubles here on Championship Saturday, and we've got the top two seeds ready to battle. The number one seed, Riley Newman and Matt Wright, are looking to take out the Johns brothers. Wright and Newman looked very good in their semifinal. They defeated Utah's own Tyler Loong and Callan Dawson, and the Johns brothers were pushed by the third seed. Man, were they in trouble. Jay DeVilliers and Tyson McGuffin had them on the ropes, but they were able to push three. Down two in the third game of a best of three, they were able to come back and take it. So it's the Johns versus Wright and Newman. Best 3 out of 5. We'll have that for you right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming here at the Tournament of Champions on the PPA Tour, and I have a champion to my right. Leigh Waters, congratulations. A tremendous match you just played. Had to be thrilling to win in that fashion and be the last part of getting your daughter a Triple Crown.
Yeah, I did actually feel some pressure. I was like, oh no, now it's up to me for Annalie to win the triple. But yeah, I mean, mainly we wanted to follow up our win from last week at the Skechers and prove that we're the top team, and so we really went after it today.
Yeah, and you know, as I discussed with you on the interview afterwards, there's a lot going on here in that match, and you guys just played it brilliantly. So a great women's match. Let's hope we have the same engagement and fire here. So let's set the stage here. we've got B.Johns and Johns. Now, speaking of triple crowns, B.Johns has a chance. Leigh gave me the triple when I talked to her yesterday. It was her third triple crown. She got her triple crown. That's 2. Now B.Johns has to deliver. He's going to be playing with his brother, who also was kind enough to spend some time with me in the booth. Now, they're the 2 seed because Riley Newman and Matt Wright have been playing some tremendous pickleball. What are you going to be looking for here?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because they both teams have different playing styles. Matt and Riley, I would say, are 2 of the most aggressive men's players. I really like how they play. They kind of play my style of pickleball. A lot of flicks, a lot of speed ups. Whereas Ben and Colin, they like to dink, they like to finesse, they like to really work the point and set up that put away ball. So it's going to be interesting to see which style kind of comes out on top today.
Yeah, I told the fans watching your match, like, if you came for dink rallies, you've come to the wrong place, because truly it was who's going to pull the trigger first, and you guys were able to do that successfully. Same thing here. If Riley and Matt are going to be successful, they're going to have to do that. You just played on the court. Give our fans a sense of the wind, the visibility.
Yeah.
What was that
like? I'm not going to lie. It is tricky conditions. On the side that, well, nobody's really there now.
We'll let you know in a second.
One side, the side that's with the wind's tricky because when you do want to speed it up or hit a drive, you got to be careful that it doesn't fly. The opposite side, you're against the wind, so you can pull the trigger a little bit more. However, it's harder to see on that side.
Okay.
So you get into those battles, and then you sometimes lose the ball. I think there were probably more body bags, as we call them, or people getting hit on that side because you lose it as the ball is coming back to you.
Yeah, you have a little higher, batter's eye, to use a baseball term, on the far side here. So the side 2, you see Tom Whitson, our referee. What a great referee. So he's got the control here. You see Colin Johns coming up to fist bump. There's B.Johns with his hat on backwards. Riley Newman and Matt Wright are ready to go. Colin Johns wants to do what you did, help a family member achieve a triple crown and get your own gold medal.
We actually talked about it before the match. Me and Colin, we were like, geez, it's up to us to make sure our siblings or daughters gets the triple crown. So it's a little pressure.
All right, here we go. Let's play pickleball. Colin Johns to serve.
Ben looking to be aggressive on that side early. Try to set a tone.
So the wind, as you can see the flag just for a second there, is in the face of Matt Wright, who you see serving there.
Wow.
And we talked about perhaps Wright and Newman would be speeding it up, Leigh.
I'm actually surprised, though, because Ben's sped up the ball 2 points in a row. And I noticed in their semifinal match against Tyson and Jay DeVilliers, I'll wait till the point's over. That Ben was really looking to be aggressive in that third game. He lit fire, and it's looking like he's taking that same type of aggression right now.
Yeah, because there's a ball there in the middle of the point that he'd often just roll into the backhand side, and he took a full cut at it, and Matt Wright was able to handle it. It's that ball right there. That kisses the tape and stays in for him. So he said he was going to play aggressive when I talked to him yesterday and this morning after singles, and we're seeing it early.
Yeah. Yeah, you really don't see Ben drive that many balls. He's already driven at least 2, maybe 3 thirds.
1-1-1.
Interesting.
Point.
Yeah, that's hard to miss a return that's cut into that wind, but gets too much of it. They are coming at Ben. Like, here comes the ball. This is fantastic. Just no doubt about it. We're bringing heat all day long.
And that one catches the wind and sails long.
And Ben served huge in his singles match this morning, and it played big dividends for him. Oh my, and Colin thought Ben was going to come over. So instead, we'll just have a highlight reel after we almost run into each other, and there he comes into your living room. I can assure you that was not planned.
No, but it worked out. There's Riley with that quick speed up. I know Colin's been working on that pancake, which is where he gets down low with his paddle high and just pancakes it down, and he's been successful with it.
Loves to get that scorpion stinger up there, and well done. And that's the thing, Leigh, you I've seen are getting that paddle up square instead of to the side a lot as well. What does that do for people when they're getting attacked?
Yeah, it's easier to get the ball down back at their feet so they can't counter back.
Point.
It also helps you when you get down a little bit lower, let the higher balls fly out. And in these conditions, a lot of balls are going to fly.
Another drive from B.Johns right there. And a beautiful ATP from CJ there. What a shot. Look at that. And Riley was there, but it was so deep. You don't see an ATP laying that close to the baseline that often.
That was a great shot. I think Riley might have thought it was actually going out. It was way in. Little stare down at the end of that point.
A.L.Waters is incredulous at how fast those balls went back and forth. You were just playing on that court, my friend. Just high octane pickleball here. I love it.
Yeah, and I have to think that Matt and Riley are a little surprised at how hot Ben came out.
Because I think they thought they would see a lot of the, as you described it at the beginning, we're going to see two different styles. They're going to roll those, they're going to open the court. They are such strategy guys. We know where we want to put the ball, where's it safe, and no, we're going to just swing for the fences all day long.
Good defense, but Riley was able to get that one down.
4-1-2.
Oh, no.
We've had quite a few leg cords already, and we had him as well in our match, so I don't know what the heck, but...
It's because everybody is driving the ball a millimeter above the tape.
I think that's it.
And I think the answer is, Leigh, and you were doing it yourself, you know if you drive it and it's up at all, these guys are so good and the women are so good, they're going to put that away and you lose your advantage, so it's got to be low.
It's got to be low. Plus with the altitude here, anything that gets up, it just soars.
1-5-2. Point.
I mean, it's speed up city. There's not much dinking going on.
And if I would have told Matt and Riley, who you see there, that that's what's going to happen, they would have said, what? No, we're doing it. And it is B.Johns who gets the last answer on that one, and you can see how he filled the middle. Now, unlucky for Riley and Matt that it went off the net.
5-2-1. Nope. Second server.
Colin likes to sit back and got caught.
Yeah, and talking about Ben in the middle, he's not an overly tall guy, but he's so big on that court. I mean, he has a presence.
Okay, so scrap through a sort of a dink point. I'm not going to call it a full dink point there, Leigh, but we're getting there.
Second server.
Angle me this. Watch this angle, folks.
He hit it really well, too. He didn't turn his shoulders to show he was going there, and then he just flipped his paddle.
And if you're not paying attention at home, that is yet another return and another return and another return going to Riley.
Yes.
So we'll see if that continues, but having watched them all go there so far, I would expect that to continue.
Yeah, Matt Wright's really known for his thirds. He's got a great drop. He's got a great drive. So I think most teams, when they play Matt and Riley, they probably hit most balls to Riley. It also keeps Riley from poaching off Matt's thirds.
So it really serves two purposes,
exactly.
doesn't it? Step back forehand from Wright misses there. So 6-2 here in game one. Again, best of 5.
Ben's still driving that third. It does put a lot of pressure on the other team, even when you miss, just to see Ben come in like that. Oh, Colin too.
And Colin just tattoos went into the tape. So there's no doubt that there was a conversation made about we don't like what happened in our last match against these guys. That time they were able to just get Ben a little uncomfortable. He's usually on balance, wasn't there.
3-6-1.
Matt Wright staring it down.
Second server. 3-6-2.
Wow. Okay. So how does that feel for Matt Wright? He stared down B.Johns and wins it and wants to keep going there.
Yeah, I mean she's trying to tell Ben, you're not going to drive me every third. Oh wow.
Oh, high angle. Little brother hit one angle, but mine's better.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think it is better. I think Colin one-upped him on that.
6-4-1.
Yeah, I think any semi-high dink that goes Matt Wright's way, you're going to see a speed up.
That's out, guys. Side out.
So a couple missed serves here in game one from B.Johns, who served so well in singles.
Second server.
You don't see that much, actually.
No.
You don't see Matt poach much, especially off his backhand side like that.
You know, but if the same patterns happen, I like the mentality of that. Like, I got to get them to stop. I mean, it's the same thing. They're returning over there, and then where's the next ball going?
Oh, nice pickup.
Side out.
Riley Newman, known to probably have the best defense in the game.
But the game plan in the Johns offensive coordinator playbook was we are bringing the heat all match long.
There it is. Yep.
That time it's Matt Wright getting one, as you mentioned. If he has anything on his forehand, especially if you're calculating, wait, they're speeding it up on us all the time. I got to take my turn.
Yeah, and his speed up is so good. He can go down the line to Ben's backhand, or he can bring it across his body to his forehand.
There's that great defense you talked about. Oh my, what a point in. It is Riley Newman that gets tagged here at the end of this one.
He's trying to get out of the way, too.
Sometimes your hands are so quick you actually get to a ball you didn't want to get to. You know, this, I feel like I was talking about the woman to my right. This team can get on a run and you just get back and serve and you can get 4 points in less than a minute and a half, and it is very intimidating.
Especially playing like this. Super aggressive.
There's the scorpion from Colin. This is absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to just tell you, fans, no one said you have to speed up every ball. I love that they're doing it, but I did not tell them. The referees, Leigh, I don't believe you told them.
No, maybe the women's match inspired them.
It did. So maybe you were the reason. I like it.
Yeah, I've seen many matches between these two teams, and I've never seen one look like this.
No, I agree.
4-8-2.
Called this several times just in the last few months, obviously prior to the summer break, and they were playing all the time, and they were grinding. And B.Johns is swatting flies.
He's taking no prisoners either. I mean, he's swinging 100%. Another drive.
And that hits the tape and goes wide.
Yeah. I really do love the third shot drive, fifth shot drop combination.
9-4-1.
Yeah, because you might get a miss on that first volley, and it makes your drop so much easier because you're hitting it from ideally a lot closer to the net. Oh.
Second server.
CJ unable to get from a backhand to a forehand in time there. Swats that one into the net. A lot of swatting going on. There's another one. There's the other benefit, as you mentioned. So look at this. Just in rapid fire, we got a game point. Oh, my. Complete.
Well, that was a fake out by Ben.
Yeah.
That was a big fake out.
So a game point is saved by just letting the Johns brothers fight over whose toy it is. Oh, Ernie me this, but Riley was there. Oh my gosh. That is one of the hardest balls you will ever see. Look at this.
I mean, he actually turned his paddle. That was crazy. I think Ben went and worked out before this match or something.
He's already played twice today. Come on, dude. Honestly, this is
a new B.Johns.
Yes.
This is a new B.Johns.
And that is bad news for everybody.
Very well could be. Good news for Anna Leigh, though,
yes,
man.
Yes. Okay.
I still like it. They're up 10-4. Take the risk. Put the pressure on the other team.
Third try here for the Johns brothers to take game number 1. This time Ben says, I'll take it. Okay, can't make that reset. So again, can Wright and Newman. You guys actually took a while to close out game 1 earlier, and that can give a little bit of momentum. Do you think about it? We've had 6 chances here.
Yeah, it gets mental for the team that's up, and the team that's coming back has nothing to lose at that point, and they just gain the momentum, they gain the confidence. It can be a sticky situation.
Can't make the third, so they get it back, but really no harm done.
10-4-1.
Try number 4, Colin Johns to serve. Another miscommunication in the middle.
Wow.
And
Great
2
hands.
backhand overhead, sort of up above their heads. Not exactly an overhead, but one-handed finishes. And ladies and gentlemen, we've taken it to 11 here in this match. Inspired by the woman in the booth with me. The ladies were cracking the ball in the women's final, and the men have taken it up a notch from there. We'll be back with game 2.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting our duper tattoos.
You know it changes every match, right?
Oh,
Duper, keeping tattoo removers in business by updating after every match. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Can you change that 6 to an 8?
I sure can try.
We owe great times to good friends, to the glasses that spark conversation, to the ideas that then pour out. Ours came from a night like that, and somehow survived the morning after, to make our own tequila. It wasn't meant to leave our house, but since we made this for friends, we thought it wouldn't hurt to make a few more. Grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming with Tournament of Champions champion Leigh Waters here in the booth. Leigh, we're both shocked at what's going on here. What would you tell Matt and Riley to do after the Johns are playing at different pace?
Yeah, I mean, Matt and Riley's game is definitely like the speed-up game, but it didn't really work for them the first game. The Johns just came out firing. I actually would try to slow it down a little bit. They're both great dinkers. I would try to move the dink around, try to move Ben, get behind Ben a little bit. I might even try switching sides, put Riley in front of Ben, see if he can create something, get big in front of him. But doesn't look like they're switching sides just yet.
So, here we go. Best of 5, so a lot of time to kind of work this out. And B.Johns is swinging for the fences on point number 1. You didn't think he was going to change, of course, after what we saw, but my goodness. Okay.
0-0-1. Second server.
So I'm wondering if this is like a strategy against this team specifically, because we really didn't see this from Ben in the earlier rounds of this tournament.
And this team was in serious trouble twice in this tournament, not playing like this, I would like to point out.
Yeah, so I'm curious why Ben hasn't been playing like this all tournament.
Okay.
All right.
So Riley Newman reads that Colin John speed up down the line, and you know, maybe Wright and Newman are like, they can't possibly keep playing like this. So maybe it's just, okay, let them hit themselves out of this. Colin Johns was standing off the court in the middle of this point.
So Ben and Colin are now against the wind-ish. It's kind of a side wind, but so their putaways aren't going to be as penetrating on this side. Now Riley and Matt are going to have that full force coming off their paddle.
You also talked about the visibility being better on the side that Wright and Newman are on. So in those hands battles, when you're talking milliseconds, that can make a difference. And I've seen this all day long. Teams that are trying to climb up a hill haven't been making the fundamental shots of making a third and getting into it.
Second server.
Yeah, I noticed in our match, both teams, we had a lot of missed thirds.
Yep.
I think it's a combination of
0-1-2.
the altitude, the wind, being nervous, trying to do too much, you know.
It is Championship Saturday after all, and there's a lot on the line. Okay.
Matt Wright sitting on that one.
And just absolutely crushes it. It started to resemble a normal Johns Brothers point, and it, of course, went a totally different way.
Oh, I'm actually surprised Ben played that with the wind. I think that ball was sailing.
That's correct.
Yeah, anything up in the air going that direction that was starting out that high, I don't think that was staying in the court.
Point.
Okay. Coming back down to earth, maybe a
so
little
that's,
bit.
you know, that was the other thing, you know, we talked about a little bit even off the air. Maybe it's just, okay, can they possibly play this way for 3, 4, or 5 games?
Yours. Second server.
Matt doesn't miss many of those.
No, the feet was jammed him up a little bit, and then he was taking some choppy steps to get the swing ready.
Oh. Point.
They've already matched their score from game 1. That's got to feel really good.
4-0-2.
Because then you start saying, hey, we're just on the good side. No big deal from game 1.
Side out.
Yeah, I think Colin and Ben need to get a few points, though, to keep the pressure, you know.
Yep.
Don't let this game get too far out of control.
And CJ unable to get that ball down. And talked about pancakes. Lots of syrup on that one. Finds the right side of CJ's body there. So can't get their first point on try number 1. Okay, so what was working in game 1 hasn't caught fire quite yet for Ben and Colin.
It's definitely a little harder on that side, as I said, to be super aggressive.
Second server.
So you can't be disappointed in that. That's the way we're playing today. Matt keeps swinging at the forehand.
Yeah. Swing's just a little big. Just looks a little big. But I mean, I like it. I think it's the right play. Stay aggressive. Matt's got great hands.
Right. Just sits on that backhand here and just punches it into the open court. And folks, after a B.Johns swinging for the fences fest in game 1, it is 5-zip Newman and Wright in game 2. That blows in.
Wow.
And that's why you keep swinging right there. Nice cross-court attack, and you want to talk about the tables turning, and the Johns brothers were all about it, and then I see a 0 up there still, Leigh. So my, how the tide has changed here. We'll see if this continues here from the PPA Tours Club Tournament of Champions after this.
Call 911. Hey, Katie, could you pass me the creamer?
Why don't you just come into the kitchen and get the creamer?
I can't come in the kitchen.
Sure you can.
No, I really can't.
You can come into the kitchen as long as you don't hit the ball out of the air.
All right. That's why I stay out of kitchens.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming with Tournament of Champions champion Leigh.Waters, and boy, have we seen a turn of events here. Johns brothers call timeout, get the ball back. So let's see if anything about their approach changes, or they just felt like, all right, enough. That's some focus out of Colin Johns right there. My goodness.
Second server.
Yeah, it's just not there as much this game.
0-6-2. Point.
Okay, so Matt Smith's 3 or 4 speed ups. He's also made a couple, but it looks like maybe they're letting him tee off and see if they can get him to make some more unforced errors. We have a let?
Yep, ball off the net. Clears the kitchen. We'll replay that on the PPA Tour. Boy, that just caught the line.
Yeah. Got out.
Yeah, Riley's saying they're not going to beat me at my game.
No.
6-1-1.
there they go. So a little more patient point, but the minute Riley saw something, and he is much better off the bounce with the backhand than the forehand. And a big swing on a volley from B.Johns.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of that visibility that we were talking about. That little bit higher, he could have lost it, because that's kind of what it looked like.
There's some anger in those swings.
Yeah, I will say when they switched sides, Matt Wright looked very determined. He looked like he was ready to bring it, and they really have brought it this game.
Yeah, and I think, I think the conversation was there are two things we can do. We can change or we can dig in here. And when you get Riley talking to the crowd, that is what is part of this. And there he goes. Thank you, right on point. And it goes off the tape. They're high-fiving people in the crowd now. This is the danger. This is what you had to deal with.
Yes.
Because the crowd does love the Waters, but not if Callie Smith's on the other side. So here we go. It is 9-1.
Wow. What a change of events.
I mean, this is like...
This is pickleball, though.
Yes. And as we said, the third game, assuming they finish this, will help us sort of dissect if sides are the big issue here.
Yes, for sure.
So again, every return to Riley Newman, so he's going to get plenty of practice.
191.
Drive.
Oh, he set himself up perfectly for that one. He just moved before he hit it.
He pulled off it.
192.
Oh, that was a big problem for this team when they started the year in the middle. But they worked it out.
Matt just sits on that backhand so well. He just keeps it out in front, and he's able to counter, and turn that defense right into offense.
And he reads the paddle of his opponent so well that if it is coming forehand, he sees it in time. It's a really delicate balance to be able to do that. That's going to stay in. Matt Wright's going to make him hit another.
Oh.
And then.
What?
Oh. And that's a 9-1 point right there if I've ever seen it.
Exactly. Matt was feeling it on that point.
Yeah, and you talked about the look of determination this man who's about to serve has. It's still right there, man. And the key shot in this exchange is that Riley Newman came in to get that ball. You see how close they are together. A lot of teams don't support their partner in those rallies. And this is game point in milliseconds. Look at Riley Newman play defense. Oh, no. He's in the crowd with the people he was high-fiving there. Our camera can't even get wide enough.
Yeah, I think both these teams, trading off wins the last couple times they've played, they want to show who's the alpha team, and they're both out there looking for the W tonight, that's for sure.
All right, 110, there's B.Johns.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Matt Wright is shaking his head. Okay.
The crowd seems to be loving it.
Oh, now he's starting to partner Lucy Kovalova way out stuff. You had to deal with that, and your match, you were able to overcome that. But my goodness, this team is determined right now.
Second server.
Can't get game point number 2. Let's see if number 3 is the difference. and with a grunt, and they are not even looking at each other as they tap paddles.
No, that was a walk-off.
My goodness, Leigh.Waters, what is happening here? So, we surmised B.Johns is going to swing at everything. That worked. They switched sides. That didn't work. Is it the side? We'll find out right after this.
I'm gonna say she's a solid 3.5.
Nah, she's definitely a 2.5.
Guys, look at that forehand. She's clearly a 3.0.
Guys, come on. I'm at least a 4.0.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ratings don't have to be hard. Duper. Optimized for accuracy, optimized for fun. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry. I used to play professional basketball. Now I'm into pickleball. Performance is really important, but also recovery is actually just as important.
AL.MD is a product that I use constantly before my matches and after my matches for my recovery.
Great for inflammation, great for recovery. I keep coming back to this. AL.MD all day long, baby.
I use it.
I use it.
I use it. I use it. I use it.
AL.MD, Acute Relief Cream.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
Usually, there'll be one guy talking, and then everyone pressing all these buttons. And he's just doing it all from here. We did have help with the audio. We did have help.
Yeah, and then somebody was talking to Dave from somewhere.
Some tennis channel.
Yeah.
So it's funny enough.
It's a great match.
So Matt Wright and Riley.
What we're putting out there.
Oh, this must look amazing.
No, it doesn't.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And Leigh.Waters, my goodness gracious, what a complete 180 we just saw.
Yeah.
So, we saw determination. We were high-fiving the crowd. We were running into the crowd. And now the Johns brothers, do they have a reply to what they just witnessed?
Oh.
That Newman willpower work there. And it is Matt Wright who speeds it up first. It was almost a dink point.
Yes, one of the longer points we've seen for sure.
But anything on his forehand side, he is firing away.
I feel like the Johns have decided, well, we'll see. Oh, wait.
Get some room service right off the net, and he was actually going to be beat because he had his backhand ready.
Side out.
Yeah, so far they haven't sped the ball up yet, though, the Johns.
No, they.
So I'm curious.
See if it was just ball type and opportunity.
Well.
Oh, what a get by Ben there. And then Riley finishes with a beautiful Ernie. Read that perfectly. And now he's got the crowd amped even more. Look out. Just couldn't get the resets down there.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Johns start to get a little bit more aggressive if possible, especially on this side. They got to take advantage of the side right now.
Ben was very animated with CJ. That doesn't happen too often. And
Matt's feeling it right now.
And he's reading the ball off Ben's paddle brilliantly. He knew where that was going. We talk about Ben being such a good reader and anticipator.
Oh, there's that angle again. Well, Matt and Ben actually were teammates for a while.
They were indeed.
So if anybody knows Ben's game, I would think it's Matt Wright.
And, oh, Matt is waving to the crowd, high-fiving his partner.
You're good.
Kept throwing lobs up in the air and then gets the one to kiss off the tape, and they've won 13 of the last 14 points.
That's insane. They're playing so well. They're so aggressive right now. They're putting so much pressure on the Johns. And their hands are just so fast.
Okay.
Oh, another drop.
Yeah, and CJ has a big forehand. I'd love to see him crack that and then let Ben have a chance to shake and bake off of that. That return had nothing on it.
No, it was short return. That was a good one to punish.
And there's another ball that CJ backed off and just laid it in. And I see either a conversation or frustration. I couldn't see Ben's face well enough to know.
I think it's a bit of frustration out of Ben. But they keep speeding up to the same place Matt's backhand, and he's kind of just sitting on it.
Second server.
Kind of like to see him pick another spot. Either try his hip, come around him, or start speeding up maybe at Riley or down the middle where we have seen trouble in the past.
Look at Riley Newman play defense from the marketing. Now a lefty lob's going to stay in. Oh, if they win this point, this place is going to go nuts. And then Matt Wright just can't help himself and hits a forehand 212 miles long.
But hey, it's been working so far, so take the risk.
Especially on serve, no harm done.
Yeah. There's that backhand. Speed up to the backhand again.
And it is Riley Newman coming over. Like, I don't care that there's another half of the court. You're not going to put it there from the pressure. There's so much to learn from watching that point right there.
It helps, too, that Riley and Matt are two very tall, big dudes.
No question about it. I mean, little me, 5'8" over there, I'd try to help out my brother, but I don't have 6'4" of wingspan.
You know, they can leave a little bit of court open and almost bait you, too, because they know they can cover between the two of them.
Yeah, and there's no ball with pace that's going to beat you over there. And Riley, as you've seen, has so much athleticism, he'll get anything off a bounce. Keep making them hit overheads, too.
Yeah, we talk about Callan Dawson all the time having such a great lob, but Matt Wright has a really good lob. I mean, he's very smart about it. He hides it very well. I mean, we've seen it defensively, but he uses it offensively.
Indeed. So they're finally on the board here.
They needed that.
All they have are ones on the board there. It's usually 11s, but those ones are accurate, folks.
Okay.
So a couple of errors from Wright and Newman, and there haven't been very many of those for the last 20 minutes or more of pickleball.
Yeah. I don't I'm not sure how I feel about the drop to Matt's forehand like that, especially with his speed up being so good. But they got away. They've gotten away with it, so there must be some strategy behind that.
That time he was able to catch Matt with a blistering low drive as he tries to slide and get that backhand there, but that's tough to do on a ball that low.
Well, they got on the board. They put a little bit of pressure on Matt and Riley. Let's see if Matt and Riley go back on a tear.
And no thought of a 7th shot drop there from Matt Wright. I don't even want to come in. I'm just going to swing as hard as I can. I'm going to throw a lob up in the air. That time he tried to sneak in, but again, Matt knows he's not getting the ball. So he is trying to figure out, how can I help a little bit here, because they're sort of on to what Riley's going to do on his thirds. And now it is Johns with the reply. Watch him slide here, and he's going to go to the right, backhand ready. If you try to go to my right, it's going to be out, so I'm sitting right on my body. Wright took a little off that to keep it in. And Johns ready for the attack again. So now it is the replies that are winning.
Yeah, and you talk about Colin kind of fading over. There's quite a few right-sided players that have gotten really good at that fade, as they call it. They read it so well, and they're able to just counter, and very often the counter is very offensive.
That's a ball Ben is going to make most of the time. That's the pace and the look that game 1 had.
There's that offensive lob we talked about.
Beautiful out of the air. Great track down by Johns. They may get back in this point. Oh, it trickles over. They do. Longest point of the match, and feels like an eruption from the crowd will come with it. Second lob, second beauty.
Oh, still going.
Third lob, and that is squashed.
He paid.
Look at B.Johns get off the ground.
Yeah.
And
third time was not a charm.
No.
Not on that point.
1 minute, 5
So Matt Wright throws up 3 lobs, lob volleys too, in the matter of 10, 15 shots. Longest point of the match goes to the Johns. They're back in business. Newman and Wright have called timeout. We'll be right back.
At Baird,
My name is Kathleen Parento, and I've been playing pickleball for almost 6 years. I travel a lot to play in tournaments. I'm always on planes, and I see a lot of people when I travel. I need to make sure that I stay healthy. I need to support my immune system, so that's the reason why I use the Pure Whey C+. I felt like I had to always drink water over and over, but I still felt a little bit dizzy by the end of the day. But once I tried to incorporate more electrolytes in my daily life, it really helped me out. My favorite thing about the pickleball cocktail is the flavor. It tastes great. I drink the pickleball cocktail every morning to make sure that I stay hydrated throughout the whole day. It's important to drink first thing in the morning. If you wait until you play, you're usually too late. You start feeling dehydrated. When it comes to hydration, don't wait before it's too late.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The Johns are on a run here at the PPA's
Time in.
Club Tournament of Champions, and man, has this been just pure entertainment, Leigh-Waters.
Yeah, this game means a lot. Whoever comes away with this game.
Riley Newman screaming out. No one screams out better than either Newman, Lindsay or Riley. But you can't get out of the way of something that's going to hit you. Good job by Wright at defending that.
I don't know if Ben's ever hit more overheads in one match in his life. There comes Matt. Yep.
Six, 5-1.
That time the lob goes well deep, and it was not well disguised. If you try to hit a topspin lob and you lean your whole body backwards, you're telling the whole world, hey, a lob's coming.
I really do like the middle dink that Colin and Ben seem to be using.
Well, it's the safest place on the court.
Exactly.
Because Matt's not going to fire off his backhand, and Riley occasionally, but very unlikely, the two-hander on the other side, way more dangerous.
Yeah. He got that one up higher on Matt's right shoulder.
Yes, and that time Riley didn't come in and help out.
Go! Second server.
Even the leaves have a stare invested in them.
6-6-2. Right out.
Good spot, right at his feet.
So 6 apiece in this pivotal, as you mentioned, Leigh, game number 3.
Oh, he's not sorry.
No, he's got the sorry up, but come on, that's the SNS if I've ever seen it. Sorry, not sorry. Especially at this point in a championship match. Nice job by Riley, because Colin was on the first one, but to be ready is just so difficult because you have no time. But if you hit it there, you kind of know where it's coming. You just got to be ready.
Yeah, I'd be careful giving Matt that wide forehand dink. Try to keep it more in the middle. That was a good spot. Got it to his forehand. That's the first time they've gotten it to his forehand.
So the deficit is 2. We're tied at 1 game apiece. And Colin Johns able to hang in there. Again, no memo was sent that every ball has to be hit hard. We promise you.
I mean, Matt is literally teeing off on just about every forehand.
And they have not, to your point, and we've seen it throughout, said we're not going to put the ball there anymore.
No. Yeah, that looked wide.
So, Snowmen on the board. 8-8, game 3.
Nice drive.
So, a short return is slammed down the middle, and Riley Newman couldn't get there and solve that. So, my goodness, what a game 3 after a whitewashing in game 2. We'll be back with the conclusion after this. All right, we're back at this very historic tournament for pickleball. Got to thank John Gullo, who got this going, Kyle Klein, who everything they do here. What does this mean to you to be a champion at Tournament of Champions here, Leigh?
Yeah, I think this was one of the first majors we ever came to when we started playing pickleball. And it was just really cool. It was the biggest complex of its time, I think.
Yeah.
And the community is just so behind. The city, the community, the crowd is just so behind this tournament. It has a very special feel, very different from a lot of the other tournaments we attend.
Yeah, and the support is amazing, and thrilled to see the best players in the world battling like crazy here in Game 3. Okay, so there's a question of whether it hit Colin Johns. That is a challengeable call if they have a timeout left.
Ooh, they mightn't.
And they're out of timeouts, so cannot challenge. 10-8, so that's suddenly a game point here. Great job by Wright. Oh my, and it comes off the tape, but B.Johns can't handle it.
Yeah, I think Ben thought it was a little higher,
Right.
but just a little too low for that pancake.
Nice job by Riley Newman to fill in the middle, and then a little off speed, but got it behind B.Johns. So a game point saved. Ooh, here come the lobs again. Gonna have to have rotator cuff reviewed here for B.Johns. There's another one. They're going into the wind. Oh, no. So Colin Johns probably hit a ball that's wide, although the wind was going to bring it in, and then tried for a stupid acute angle, just going really sharp, and got too sharp on it. My goodness, this is everything. 10 apiece. Oh, that's a good one. Again, the lob retrieval from Colin Johns has been epic.
I like this middle dink, though. There's another one.
And Colin Johns can't run that down. And both, look at the Johns brothers, hands on the hips. They go to the sides, and now they are staring at a game point
and
down.
they didn't use their
No, they don't use timeouts much ever. Okay.
There's one.
B.Johns squashes the first one. Second chance for Newman and Wright. Oh, and a ball that's usually been hit harder just cut, and Newman out in front of it. So one saved on one side, now two by the Johns saved there, and now they have a chance to tie this at 11. Matt Wright chooses not to go after that one. And the Dikembe Mutombo no finger from Riley Newman comes out as Colin Johns sped it up, but right into that forehand.
Yeah, right into the sweet spot. Oh, what a drive. Oh, wow.
That's a great get by Matt Wright there. And Colin Johns was ready, and B.Johns filled in the middle, but a big swing. He's behind the pace.
Yeah, I think that ball was going out, too. I'm not sure.
And they're comedy hour over here, and the crowd continues in
10-1.
third try to take game 3.
Oh, just missed it wide. Another great lob by
Yes.
Matt, though.
And again, taking it out of the air, you get surprise into the wind. He's going to keep it in.
And
Beautiful.
he knows that Ben is leaning in.
Great job by CJ to fill it in. And B.Johns misses, and my goodness, a game point was saved by Newman and Wright, and now they, after all that explosion in game number 1 from B.Johns, they are up 2-1. Folks, this is awesome. Don't you dare miss game number 4.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet.
Oh.
That's behind us, so now we had Friday night lights last night. We got Saturday night lights. We got everybody lighting it up out here, and before we get to game 4, there was going to be another presentation. The John Gullo Award for the hardest working woman in pickleball was going to be awarded to Melissa McCurley, who does so much for pickleball. Melissa just had knee surgery, couldn't travel. Can't thank her enough for all she does for pickleball, for all she has done, and wanted to take a second and make sure everybody knew that. So thank you, Melissa.
Yes,
for all
Melissa.
you do.
Man, yeah, you just can't say enough about what she's done for this sport. And behind the scenes, so really doesn't get. Wait till the point's over. She doesn't get the praise she deserves because she is behind the scenes. So, Melissa, if you're listening, we all love you.
0-0-1.
And such a deserving, hardest working woman. Couldn't be better said, and humble and loves the sport.
Second server.
All right, so what's going to happen here? Are the Johns going to slow this down? We're under the lights now, so the ball will play even faster, believe it or not.
Well, I can tell you who's not going to slow things down, and that's Riley and Matt.
No
Especially on
chance.
this side. They've been so successful overall. Annalie and I said the same thing when we were on that side to close it out. We said we're just going to be ultra aggressive. Everything is going to be a speed up. And I think that's the same game plan going on here.
Yeah, look at Matt Wright. He is coming in at the full sprint and able to set his feet and find that opening. And since Colin Johns is playing so far over to the right, there is opportunity there if you can get your paddle on it. Newman is there. Oh. I mean, B.Johns has hit just under 13,000 overheads in this match. It is unbelievable.
It's so true.
1-0-2. Yours.
I don't like that. Oh.
No.
Still going.
Oh, jeez.
That is an unbelievable. That's one of the hardest ones he's had to hit because it was behind him.
Yeah, that was amazing.
0-1-1.
That was a great lob again, though.
That took a degree of difficulty of 99 out of a scale of 1 to 10 to make that ball.
Caught Matt. That was another high right shoulder ball.
You see the Johns brothers focused, trying to force a game 5.
Oh, I hope we get there.
Ben unable to reset that one. And Matt Wright has done a wonderful job of the speed ups of going to different spots.
Yep.
That one he brought across the body of B.Johns and caught the forehand. He'd been blowing up the backhand earlier. Colin thought little brother was taking that ball, but they get out of it. Unbelievable. Lob doctor title might be up for grabs, Callan Dawson. Oh no. That ball, which was going in front of Matt Wright, ends up going almost out of bounds on the other side, but stays in. Everything going their way here. And remember, they won 11-1 on this side in game number 2. Riley willpower. That time the net says enough.
Yeah, and what makes Matt so dangerous on those speed ups is he can hit different spots, like you were saying, from the same paddle position.
Yes.
Very hard to read, or he can throw up the lob.
This is the first time Matt's been on the left side. And he speeds it up from over there. They were there only because Riley poached and on the switch, and now that is working. It might be time to cool Matt Wright off and make Riley Newman hit a lot of balls. Not that he isn't playing fantastic.
That's what I was going to suggest, actually. I mean, Matt's just on fire right now. He's feeling it. He's walking fast. He's playing fast. Yeah, I think I might try to take Matt out of the equation for just a little bit.
Oh my. Look at the big bend from Matt right there.
Ben's thinking I needed that right there.
Did they ever?
Second server.
Again, you see the flag over B.Johns' head there, so he's trying to drop that into the wind.
Great dink.
And that's the wizardry that he brings to the table that has not been an option because we just haven't played points where that ball was available. That is not a replay from a minute ago. To be able to go inside out on that block, Matt Wright. You said this might be the best match you've ever seen him play. I'm trying to find something that's better on this type of stage.
Yeah, I feel like the Johns need to find that middle dink, slow down that speed up from both Riley and Matt. Try to get him a little out of position.
But they're giving him choices. When that dink comes over there, he has proven, I'm going to throw up the lob, I'm going to attack somewhere, I'm going to make this hurt.
Yeah, I really don't like that cross-court dink anymore. Here it is again. Yep.
Yeah, anything to Matt Wright's right just needs to be wrong.
Go.
That's a great job there. Wright tried to sneak in, and Ernie might have had
I think he was in the kitchen too.
Might have been. I think his.
He was blocking. The ref was blocked.
Completely blocked, and.
Yeah, I like this.
And now Ben's finally able to get on top of one because the pace of that was just a little slower. So the call for middle dinks is working. And for all that we saw earlier, this is tied at 4. Big drive goes well out.
The Johns did a good job of getting back even on the board, though. Riley and Matt were looking pretty hot there.
And it is the two-handed backhand of Riley Newman. You can see Colin sitting, expecting to be attacked body, and he's fought it down the line. What a shot by Riley Newman there. And you saw them come together like somebody threw a $100 bill up at the net, and they're going to come first one to get it.
Yeah, they need to call a timeout.
Yeah, this has to be. And Colin Johns is marching to a chair, and it is 7-4-1. They are 4 points from a title here. The Johns brothers got it back even, but now that fire from Newman and Wright is there again. What a match. We'll be right back.
Dorothy, I really think you'd like the magnesium. Perfect. I'd be happy to get that shipped out to you today. Thanks, Dorothy. You too. Come on!
Does he do that every time? Every time.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Oh, thanks, Lucy. Oh, wow.
And another one.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I have one more surprise for you.
Okay. Oh, come on. I love it, babe.
Dave Fleming back here with Leigh Waters. And Leigh, we watched the body language of the Johns boys during that timeout, and there was frustration everywhere. What would you tell them if you were coaching them? Because they're 4 points from being sent home.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because Matt and Riley are just playing so aggressive, and they're not missing. I mean, they're pulling the trigger, they're making it, they're countering. Their defense has been insane. The middle dink seems to be the one way that the Johns boys have been able to win some points.
Second server. Ball's out.
Let's see. Can't really tell from that angle.
Call on the court was out. This team is challenging the out call.
Okay, so
got a challenge?
We do have a challenge. So let me set up our referee. So that was Tom Whitson's voice. Tom agreed with the call from his vantage point. Roger Workman's the second referee. Our tracking referee is Howard Hepworth, and this is in Eileen Egloff's hands. She is our video referee, and my goodness, this is huge. Because if this thing crawled onto the line, now again, that ball was traveling with the wind here.
Correct.
From Wright and Newman's perspective, I think this is worth the challenge. If it was that close, you get a timeout, sort of, okay.
Yeah, and they haven't used a timeout, so they still will have one left if they lose this challenge. But I mean, going back to your question, I mean, Ben and Colin need to keep those dinks off the lines, because you've got Riley Newman on the backhand line. He's too good at speeding it up down the line. You've got Matt Wright on the forehand line, too good at speeding it up down the forehand. They're getting killed on the lines. Keep it in the middle. Try to create some kind of confusion. Bring them both in to create some space on the outsides. I mean, nobody's better at dinking aggressively than B.Johns.
Right.
So get them together. Maybe find an aggressive dink outside that they can't attack. I mean, but it's tough. I'm telling you, the pressure that Matt and Riley are putting on the Johns right now is tough.
So we have the referees gathering. We have a verdict. This is a big one.
The referee seemed pretty adamant that the ball was
Tom
out.
Whitson was all over it, saying it was out. We'll see if he was right.
The call on the court, the ball was out. The call was challenged. Video replay, the ball was clearly out.
Okay.
You lose one timeout. It's now second server on this side. The score is 7 on this side. The score is 4 on this side. We're on server number 2.
Great job, Tom Whitson, and just walking us through everything there. Great job, great job. The referees are a critical part of this operation. Laid it out perfectly for us. Can they get a second stop? Little lefty by Riley Newman there, but Colin Johns just able to ease that down the line. So
4-7-1.
4-7-1, game 4. And that third's just high and punished. The thing you have right now is you've got Wright and Newman unwinding a stack, so if you get a short return, you do have a target, and Ben goes behind Newman, hoping to surprise him. Okay.
All right.
One firefight goes to the Johns boys.
5-7-2.
Oh, 2 missed thirds at a crucial, crucial moment.
Okay.
It is now.
Matt Wright making sure they're in position.
7-5-1. Yours.
Every third has been yours, Riley, so that shouldn't have been a surprise. Great dig. Can they get out of this?
Matt Wright with the speed up.
No.
Yeah.
And they cannot. And again, that ball continues to be an opportunity. Great get by Matt Wright in the middle.
There it was again.
They are 2 points from taking the Club Tournament of Champions title. And it is Riley Newman on top of that one, and that scoreboard shows us that this is match point for Riley Newman and Matt Wright. Just in. Oh, and Matt Wright wanted that desperately, so a first try at match point.
You got to get one more save.
One more stop, and then who knows what can happen.
Keep it off those. Yep, there we go.
Oh my. It trickles over and then lands on the line on title championship point. We will play on.
Yeah, I think Matt and Riley are literally going to, I mean, they've been doing it already, but I think they're literally going to speed up everything at this point.
6-10-1.
That's why they had 2 chances.
Second server.
And that Colin Johns drive catches the tape. Second chance, they got to go here. And again, Leigh.Waters, you've been saying don't put the ball out wide because everything is working for Newman and Wright. Here's another chance to take a title. Just lays the serve in. Oh my. Okay. We talked about this earlier. This gets in your head, especially when it's championship point. 3 lost. And a missed return is the anticlimactic end to a tremendous match. There they are. Riley Newman and Matt Wright brought the heat, withstood the first game fury of B.Johns, and they are high-fiving the fans here. That was a tremendous effort. Any final thoughts, Leigh.Waters?
Yeah, I mean, they earned it. They earned it. They took the risks. They pulled the trigger every opportunity that they had. They countered well. I mean, they were unstoppable. They really were tonight.
So it is Riley Newman and Matt Wright who take the title. Leigh.Waters, thanks so much for joining me in the booth. Congratulations to you for your title. I'll go talk to the winners right after this. What a match.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
All right. We're just getting our audio squared away. Everyone's fired up. Dave Fleming back here on center court for one last time. And first of all, give it up to the Johns brothers for an amazing run here in the tournament, and what a match. But let's talk to the winners, Riley Newman and Matt Wright. Go crazy, Utah. So Matt, I had the pleasure to call that match with Leigh.Waters, who had just won on this very court, and we said, this might be the best match I've ever seen Matt Wright play. What enabled you to play at this level on this stage in such an impressive fashion?
I don't know, some days it's hard to explain. Some days it's there, some days it's not. Lucy and I came back here, I think the first time in 2016. We kind of called this one of the OG tournaments. We have so many great memories. We love being in Brigham City. The fans bring so much energy. it's just a pleasure to play in front of this crowd. I mean, it's a pickleball hotbed. You know, I mean, they have a lot of roots here. So, and then being under the lights just always gives that, you know, little something special, little extra.
So Riley, B.Johns came out and hit every ball 4,000 miles an hour in the first game, and you're down a game, and then you had an amazing comeback. What was the difference to come back and win game 2 11-1?
I'm not sure if people picked up on this, but Ben started to wave the finger, and it kind of woke us up. It woke Matt up. He started the fight, and so Matt was heads up against Ben. Matt played really well today. He was attacking really well, and when he attacked, I was looking to squeeze middle on the next ball. And no, I was very, very happy to be here. Thank you, everybody, for cheering.
So Matt, we talk about pickleball is chess, not checkers. You guys were very clear on what you wanted to do. We just joked before we came on. There's not going to be a dink here. There's not going to be a dink. And then, though, your lobs were terrific tonight. How were you able to add that in to make this match go your way?
You seem so surprised, Dave. Is my lob usually bad? Maybe it is. I don't know. I was just feeling it tonight. I was just trying to keep them uncomfortable, keep them on their heels, be unpredictable. Sometimes, like I said, I think the other day after mix, or maybe it was after men's, sometimes I look very foolish out there. And what was that shot? What an idiot. But that, you know, that's my style. Go down swinging. I'm not going to sit out there and hit 50 dinks. You know, got to play to your comparative advantage, and that's what I did.
And then we talked a lot about on the broadcast, Riley, when the balls went out wide, both of you chose to speed that up, and your two-handed backhand, you were able to get it down the line, get it in the middle. What enables you to disguise that so well to be able to make that such a winning shot?
Well, my sister Lindsay thinks it's predictable every time I attack the ball. But I just try to make it look like a dink, and then all of a sudden when I see Colin not really as ready, or if maybe he's given up a little bit of core positioning, that's when I'm going to fire and be ready for the next one. But it was a super fun day. You know, I've won Nationals, I've won U.S. Open, but this is the last major I have not won, so this is a bittersweet one. And happy to do it with Matt, so it was a great day.
All right, tremendous match.
4 in a row.
That is unbelievable. Let's bring in Club, our tournament sponsor, to give you guys the trophy, and the CEO of the PPA Tour.
Thank you very much.
Here's Connor Pardo.
Matt Wright, Riley Newman, congratulations. You guys played great today. That has to be one of the most fun pickleball matches ever played and recorded to watch. I think it's going to have many, many views for many years to come, and you guys should both be proud. On behalf of our sponsor club, the PPA Tour, and the whole group here, we present you with this trophy. Enjoy it. This is a fun one. Thank you. Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Club Tournament of Champions men's doubles winners, Riley Newman and Matt Wright. All right, welcome back for one final time. Dave Fleming here, and one of the best matches you'll ever see with so much on the line, and it was Riley Newman and Matt Wright playing outrageous, high-paced, just we are going to bring it all day long, and did they ever. So what great champions they were, and it was a day of champions. A.L.Waters wins the Triple Crown. She didn't drop a game this entire tournament, winning singles, mixed doubles with B.Johns, and women's doubles with her mom. That was sensational. B.Johns does take home 2 crowns, the one I mentioned with mixed, and he won men's singles over Dylan Frazier. But the match of the day and the match of the tournament goes to Matt Wright and Riley Newman. For everybody on the crew, in the truck, for all the great analysts that joined me, Scott Crandall this morning, Leigh Jansen, Colin Johns, and Leigh.Waters, a champion herself. Thanks to the volunteers, those hardworking referees, and everybody here in Brigham City. I'm Dave Fleming. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you from Cincinnati on the next PPA stop in September. Have a great night.
I guess I'm sort of unique in how I was introduced to the sport, because I was sort of watching from the sidelines for years as my brother was ascending to the top of the sport.
Pickleball was kind of funny in that it crept up on me in terms of what it was to me. So I started playing in early 2016, and in that time there were a couple professional tournaments. I didn't have any plans with it. I just thought it was fun. I played the US Open for the heck of it.
Ben and I are both competitive. We like to win all the time. And of course, in a gold medal match, there's more on the line, so you want to win those.
B.Johns having a moment. It was all Johns brothers in control from the start. They had their foot on the gas pedal and did not let up.
If you're the target, that means you're in a good position when it's where other people want to be. So I definitely don't underestimate or undervalue that. Really, it's about trying to stay on top. You know, I mean, people say you don't have upwards to go, and that's never exactly true. It's a constant fight still, and that's really what it's more about, is the grinding, the fight.
My number one reason and why I continue to play pickleball is the fact that I get to spend time on court with my little brother. It's just really cool that we found a sport that we can compete in and play together, let alone actually be at the top of the sport. So pickleball really did, in many ways, come out of nowhere. It's very sociable, so when you go to play, you might have a billionaire, a janitor, and just your average housewife on the same court and wanting to win, wanting to play well, and enjoying themselves. Out of nowhere might be the title right now, but years from now it's going to be something very different.